Hey Ranger Nation, so today we're back with another manga review of Ninja Steel, and this one is volume 4, which is Rumble. Now the only special feature you get on this is Graverobber, so obviously that's a kind of bonus, but the episodes you get are Ace in the Race, The Royal Rival, The Royal Rumble, and Monkey Business, and of course Graverobber. So that's the only extra you get. So let's begin. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about Ninja Steel. Ace in the Race. This episode is the general one where every single person needs to be doing exercise. We've seen it with other episodes, so this is a main one. But Brody and Levi get put under a spell to make them very competitive with each other. So therefore, it leads it to a nasty side of themselves. Rather than being like, hey guys, you're doing good for the way you are, it's boom, I'm going to beat you, you guys are slow, losers, blah, blah, blah. That sort of thing that we see. The main kind of thing is if the Rangers don't win, or anyone who doesn't win, they are turned to trophies. And I've got to admit, it's an interesting kind of like spell that they do. It's like, oh, well, guess what? You are a trophy. So yeah, I kind of thought that was interesting at least. At least they're not being turned into other things. Now, Calvin was meant to be in this episode, but or in the race, should I say, but he then decides to go off with some people that are basically jerks to him. They want him to fix the car because apparently they can't do it themselves, but this guy, I don't know what his name is, he's such a dick. But he's like, hey Calvin, you like cars, you should fix this. And Calvin falls for it until much later on when he realizes that this guy's hands aren't dirty, or he doesn't know exactly what's going on or how to fix his car. And this is when all of them turn on him. And I just generally really wanted Calvin to be, guys, seriously, why are you being like this? And then see what they say. But I'm guessing it would turn into a violent situation. But you just think, but in the end, his car breaks down anyway. And Calvin's like, haha, not my problem. So I generally like that. And then when Calvin goes back, he sees that Levi and Brody are being like jerks about things. Then they all turn around and work together. And thus, therefore, that's pretty much what the entire episode's about. The Royal Rumble is the next one. And this is when Sarah has invented a cookie machine that you can put anything in, any food, and it will turn it into the best cookies in the world. This is kind of like a school project on this one. So obviously this is what it's all going to be about. So we find out that we also have a new princess from the Lion Galaxy. She is there for some strange reason to take down the Rangers because I don't know, have they done something? Is this a proven thing? Are Power Rangers just hated in the Lion Galaxy? Her name is Princess Viera, or Vera. I'm gonna Viera. And she's got this monkey guy. She's got this guy called Drillatron who is ridiculously powerful. And they just literally go and attack the Rangers. And this is when Sarah actually saves the princess because she's about to fall down from a power blast. And she catches her, and then the princess then has to turn around and watch her enemies, see what they're like. Are the Power Rangers this bad? But I generally think that the name Power Rangers would have gone around and that everyone would know these guys are the best. Sarah actually meets the princess, doesn't realize who she is, and this kid kind of steals the cookie van thing or the cart and then runs off, and then they basically catch them. The princess says, why aren't you destroying your enemy? He stole from you. And Sarah's like, nah, he needed it more than me, so he can open up his own business. You kind of think there would be some repercussions from this, but no. So when Sarah realizes this is the princess, they're about to fight, but they stop. The princess goes on and starts talking, and this is when Drillatron then realizes that the princess is weak and then decides to actually attack her and then try to take out the Rangers. The Rangers then get beaten, which is really nice. It's something different that we don't normally see. Drillatron gets like gigantified, and then Skull Gators are there as well, and the Rangers can't really do anything. They can't beat him. So this is when Princess Viera comes in a ship and then actually takes down Drillatron a bit, but then he kind of escapes or something like that. And then Galvanax attacks the actual ship itself, the Lion Fortress. And as that crash lands, that's pretty much it. We see that she walks away. It then leads into the next episode, which is the Royal Rumble. This is when we get a bit more backstory on Mick. So we find out the ship has been kind of taken down and it needs to be repaired. When the princess comes to the Rangers, we see that Mick is really annoyed, and mainly it's about his past and what the princess's family have done to his, enslaved them, kept them away. And the princess is like, I'm really sorry, blah, 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 simple thing. But Mick kind of starts warming up to her. Drillatron has had an upgrade. His arm's more powerful, and he heads down to the kind of like the quarry where the Rangers are. They start kind of fighting, and the Rangers get whipped very, very hard. They get beaten, and again, it's nice to see this happening because the Rangers never get beaten that hard. Suddenly, Brody gets a brand new power-up because they make a new star, and thus therefore it creates like this power armor, like the lion armor. Basically, it makes Brody super strong and super quick, and I generally kind of like this because it's nice looking armor. It's a very generally nice looking element, so this was really nice to see. Drilltron grows big. They also get a new Megazord with a new star, and they take down Drilltron really easily, which again I kind of thought would be but more power and that, you know, bigger Zords, you can pretty much take anyone. So with this, the princess says thank you very much, and she's got a present for Mick. Mick then talks to his parents, and he is like kind of like humbled, and he starts liking the princess again. He's like, oh my god, I was completely wrong about you. Again, that is kind of switched around. You think that Mick would be like, okay, I'm still angry at what you did, but thank you, this is the one thing to start making me believe and be your friend. Victor and Monty, what are they doing? They find this generator thing that is an anti-grav thing, and then they know that they can lift up rocks, blum blum blum, and that's literally, Victor is basically, I don't know why to explain this. So Victor is able to lift really heavy weights and world champion. Then they find out that he's lied. He doesn't get his trophy. That's pretty much it. Monkey Business is the next episode. I'm looking at my notes on this one. So this is an interesting episode as it focuses on Calvin and Haley and their kind of relationship and how one of them wants to become a president. I was going to say princess. Why? That they want to become school president. Originally, Victor is the only one who's there. He is the original president in this. The monster in this one can copy voices, so he's able to copy all the Rangers' voices and use them against them. And I generally think this is really cool. Like, I think this is possibly one of my favorite monsters that they've used. So this entire episode is basically like the monster will ring up Haley and pretend to be Sarah or a different person. So I think they have like teams, like it's one team versus another, you know, in the running. And they use this to kind of get revenge, and it's perfectly used. I think it's really interesting. Something that we've not seen for a long time. The monster shouts out Sonic Boom, and I just generally kept thinking of Guile. Sonic Boom! But that's it. It's like literally that's how he shouts out his attack. It's like Sonic Boom! Oh, classic. Over time, the Rangers get tricked into turning up to a certain place and handing over their power stars. It's only kind of figured out when I think it's Haley's calling Levi, but Haley is actually in front of Levi, and that's when they kind of figure it all out. So in the end, they actually go there, they defeat the monster, and then they get their power stars back. And I think like when they go back to the high school, it's Victor who stays president of the school, which is, again, not bad. I just think it could have been done a little bit better. I would have liked Haley or Kelvin to win, but Victor stays president. Okay, so Graverobber is the Halloween episode. And normally, when I watch this, when it's starting to come up, I generally thought, oh, it's going to be another clip show. I hate clip shows because it's just a waste of an episode. But this one was done really well, and I think this is a very good episode. So the entire thing is Cosmo has created a board game, and they have to fight the past monsters, but with like kind of a twist. So if they defeat the monster, then obviously they move on. If they lose, then they have to give the power stars or something like that. But it's something where Cosmo like calls out and he's interacting with the Rangers. And this is what kind of really stood out. It did feel with Cosmo like it was personal. It wasn't just something like he was on the ship talking, but he felt like he was really interacting with the Rangers. So like, for example, you'd have like one thing where you have to go against two Skull Gators, but then the twist is that the Robo Rider Zord or the Megazord is against them as well, and they have to kind of defeat that. Levi doesn't want to interact because he doesn't like board games, but then is given a life lesson by Mick, and Mick says like, you know, you were there singing songs, maybe they didn't want to do it, you know, you kind of like blew them off, and it's like, oh my god, yeah, that's right, woo-wee, that sort of thing. So I generally thought for an episode for this, it felt different, and I generally like Cosmo at the end where he's like, you've broke my rules, but Levi's like, well, I'm not playing, so therefore your rules mean nothing to me, and Cosmo's like, god damn it, he got me there. Whoa. But generally out of all the episodes I've seen so far, this one kind of stood out the most. One thing is I would have liked in other episodes is Cosmo having more of a role. He is obviously the announcer, he's got to stay on the ship. I would have liked to see more of him like interacting with the Rangers rather than going like, oh my god guys, you know, the battle is going to happen. Why would he say that? My kind of thoughts on this one is some of it was good and some of it was bad. Most of it did bore me, bar the Graverobber episode. I'm glad that Graverobber wasn't a clip show, it was something unique, but I generally think the show could have been better. Like, it's just the story didn't flow properly. I'm generally, and as much as I hate this, and one thing is I know I'm probably getting a bit of flack for this, but seeing Victor and Monty, they seem to have more character development. You know, it's been a while since a fart joke was involved, but it actually felt a little bit meh to it. But yeah, okay-ish. Not the best. Graverobber was the best episode. So Ranger Nation, I'm going to leave it there. There is my review on it. It's not bad. It just could have been better. If you're going to get this, get it for your collection. If not, you can probably skip it. Just hope that you can put up with boring-ish episodes. What are your thoughts on this? Do you like Ninja Steel? Do you wish that Cosmo had more of a role interacting with Rangers rather than being on the Warrior Dome? Let me know down below, Galaxy Warriors. Let me know down below in the comments. And if you've liked this video, like, favorite, comment, and consider subscribing. Check that cheeky notification bell to be notified with more videos when they drop. And as always, Rangers Nation, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.
Sonic Boom!